Hello everyone, it is me, MrDynasty, and today is the 27th of February 2012, and I'm going to be starting one of my new Let's Plays. No, screw off. I'm going to be starting my new Let's Play, The Legend of Spyro, A New Beginning. I did say that I was going to do this eventually, and I said it was going to be my next Let's Play. Unfortunately, well, not unfortunately, but Syndicate came first, and I only want to run 2 Let's Plays at a time. So, because I wanted to record Syndicate on the launch day, it means I couldn't start Spyro. I had to finish Darkness 2 first. So, that's what I did, and here I am with Spyro. I'm trying to get daily Spyro and Syndicate videos out, along with my friend Aaron, who will be uploading Half-Life, etc., stuff like that. There will not be much commentaries on gameplays and videos and stuff like that. This channel is mainly going to be for Let's Plays. It's going to evolve into commentaries, and hope you guys enjoy. Now, I did say I was going to talk a lot about my childhood in the Spyro Let's Play. That reason because as I grew up with Spyro, which is, well, if it wasn't for Spyro, it wouldn't have done the impact it has done in my life so far. Well, Spyro is basically my childhood mascot. He's my all-time greatest character. Even though Halo is my favorite game series and Master Chief is probably one of my favorite characters of all time, Spyro beats him by far for me, because I grew up with him. And I feel sorry for any kid who never grew up playing Spyro, because it is a wondrous thing and it's just amazing. Just the evolution of gaming has gone so far these years that these old games still seem to be coming out on top for most of us. These games are still pretty amazing to me today. So, without me blabbing on anymore, I'm just going to show you that I have already beaten the game. Yes, I've beaten the game twice, okay? When I was young, about 5-6 years ago, what I did was I, of course, bought the game, and I completed it. And then, only last year, I actually sold my PlayStation 2 and all the games that went with it. And I highly regret selling all the games that went with it, because, well, this is one of the games that I really love. And because I saw it was on the Xbox Marketplace, I decided to buy it and do a Let's Play of it. But just to get my groove back, I decided to play through the entire game once and figure out what I was going to do. I made a strategy for the power-ups and, moves, and I decided, finally, I'm going to do it. I'm going to do a Let's Play of it. I'm going to do a Let's Play of a Spyro game if it kills me, because I've already explained that. Right, new game. We're not going to overwrite my one, of course. We're going to go into the empty slot 2. Now, I'm going to start talking about my Spyro childhood. When I was very young, I used to just sit around and do nothing. I'm very skilled at catching nowadays, which is why, well, that's all I used to do. But when I was given a PlayStation 1 and some of these Spyro games, the first one, Spyro 1, it's the one with Nasty Nork in it. Not Dawn of the Dragon. Is it Dawn of the Dragon? I have no idea, I forget. But the second one, which was Spyro 2 Ripto's Rage, or Gateway to Glimmer in the United Kingdom, I then played, of course, played the third one. I played them in order, but surprisingly, I've only completed one. No, I've only completed 2. I've only completed 2 of the originals. I never completed Spyro 2 due to all the orbs I couldn't find. That's because I was very young. But, yeah, I still haven't completed Spyro 2 to this day, and I would really want to, but I, of course, can't. So, I grew up like that. I played Spyro for roughly, well, I replayed the game on and on and on for roughly 2 to 3 years straight. And then I just got bored of the game, got friends, and went out a lot, and just forgot about the game. But playing this game right here, Legend of Spyro, it brought back a lot of memories between my childhood. So I couldn't do anything but have to let's play this game, because I knew I had to. Talking about the developers and why Insomniac sold the license, I'm saddened by that. Insomniac Games sold the license to Spyro, which could have grown into something very, very big. Of course, it still is big today, but it's not as big as it probably should have been. Nowadays, there's only these cheap rip-offs like Skylanders, if that's the right term. I don't pay attention too much, but yes, Skylanders, some other rubbish rip-offs. But would I rather do The Legend of Spyro or the original Spyro? To be honest, I would do The Legend of Spyro first. Due to the fact that, well, there's only two of the series that are actually really good, which is, of course, Legend of Spyro and the originals. Only those two groups are that good. In terms of the original Spyro and how much it actually resembles it. This one resembles the storyline combat-based version of Spyro, and the original Spyro is casted on collecting gems and stuff like that. Well, in this one, you collect gems to upgrade yourself and gain health, powers, and this one's the more storyline combat. The other one's collecting. Also, this game does get surprisingly hard in the later levels, so don't be surprised if I do die. The controls had to get some taking used to, especially the look and turning.
As for Spyro, he, like all of us, accepted the world into which he was born, believing he was one of them. A big purple one of them, too.
So, if you didn't recall all that back then, here's the storyline so far. Spyro is of course an egg. He was of course an egg. It got invaded by the Dark Master, which is the final boss in the second and third one, I think, of this. But he's the final boss in there, and well, of course, he got invaded by the Dark Master, and well, Ignitus, which is the big red dragon, wanted to save this purple egg because purple dragons are only born every every century or something like that. I'm not sure. I don't pay too much against. I do pay a lot of attention to the storyline, but I'm very forgetful. I have the memory of a goldfish. But basically, that's what it is. Ignitus wanted to save the egg, so he floated down a stream, and Spyro was finally raised by what's it called? Raised by dragonflies. So Spyro believed himself to be a dragonfly. The controls are inverted when you're looking to side, which got some getting used to, which, as I said.
Yeah, you better run.
One of the only reasons I actually not hate this game. I don't hate this game. I love it to death. But one of the things that spoils this game is I think David Spade. I think that's his name. But David Spade. If it isn't, I'm sorry. But it's not like he's gonna be watching. I'm just saying to you guys, sorry if I'm wrong. But I think it's David Spade as Sparks. But the voice actor for Sparks is just. I don't like it. It's just. It's, as I said. This is more storyline based. So giving him a voice is kind of relevant to the storyline, but in the original Spyro games, Sparks only used to do like a whizzing sound, like which was the original Sparks type thing, which was always like again like another meme. I'm not gonna say meme. I'm saying meme as an example. It's something that got were obsessed. Of course, but the people who made this game changed that around a little bit so that he actually had a voice actor. Of course, he doesn't. Of course, the voice actor doesn't make on the lines. There are some very comedic lines and funny puns, but besides that, the voice actor is pretty terrible in my opinion. I'm not saying they did a bad job. I'm just saying that they shouldn't have made it so Sparks gets a voice actor. So yeah, carrying on with the game. Basically, these two, as you can probably tell, are best friends. They grew up together with each other, and basically that. So they, they're doing stuff like hide and seek, and so.
Where's that little gnat gone now?
Has everybody seen a giant purple thing around here? I seem to have lost mine.
Okay, 1 second, guys. I am going to turn these subtitles on, just for you guys, so if you can't hear it. I'm sorry I never did that earlier. I forgot. Don't worry about smashing those. They've got nothing in them. You're not going to gain anything from them, and there's no point in actually smashing them. These guys die in 3 hits, even though I just mashed the button, which makes it 4. So, like that's how many hits it. Oh, he took more than 3 hits. That's. They normally take about 3 hits. Or at least they used to.
You know, this is getting a little boring. Sparks!
And here's the first combat heavy parts.
Miserable coward, let me go!
Don't let him get away.
And now we have to kill these monkey baboon things. Of course, we get a nice slow motion effect, which is awesome. I can do this to guard myself from my fall. There are many combos in this game which will actually help you towards getting a decent amount of damage on an enemy. Like this one right here is where you can just launch them up, but in other terms, well, I could have just, when I launched them up, I could have just, launched him away from me, like this. But of course I can do combos on him, which of course, as you can probably tell, do more damage, which results in a quicker kill. This guy is of course throwing dynamite, so you can just kick away from him and damage his own baboons with it. Move. Go. TNT. No. Yeah, so, because I've talked about a lot of stuff in the past 10-15 minutes or so, there's nothing much really more to talk about besides the fact that I actually value Spyro as my own mascot for a reason. As I said, he's the character I grew up with, and, he's basically my all-round favorite character in gaming.
I've had about enough of you.
Sparks, look out! No! Was that fire, dude?
Take care of him. I gotta report to Cinder.
And if you haven't played this already, if you've played this already, you probably already knew who Cinder is. If you don't, it will be explained in the future. Not long from now, in part 2 or part 3. Probably part 3, where Ignitus explains it. I may have just given a tiny bit of a spoiler there, but it's in the storyline anyway. You're obviously going to meet him later on, so it's not a big spoiler, so don't worry. All in all, I think this game is beautiful, very well made, and a lot of time and effort was put into this game. I value that the creators actually wanted to like try and recreate the old Spyro, but in a new fashion. And for a remake of the game, well, not a remake, but for like a revival of Spyro, this was a pretty good attempt, I'd have to say.
You breathe
It,
fire. So I'm just about ready
it
to
spurred
blow
quite an
off.
attention in the media, quite a lot, this game, and it dawned two sequels,
No joke.
all of which I am intending to do, although there is a quite big problem with that. The fact is that what's it called? Yeah, the second one, Dawn of the Dragon, I think. No, the second one, the Eternal Night. Yeah, Legend of Spyro: The Eternal Night is not on the Xbox or the Xbox 360. It's only on other consoles such as the PlayStation, PSN Network, and PS2s.
The day when we would have to tell you the truth.
So I'm not going to be able to do that until I get a PS2.
Dragonfly after all, but in fact an exile from an unknown distant land.
So, you mean I'm not your real son?
You are our real son. It's just that you came from somewhere else. Far away, where wars rage on, and the innocent seem to always pay the price.
As I've said, I've already completed the game once. When you complete the game, I thought you got a special power at the end of it, because I remember when I was very young. Of course, as I said, when I was very young, when I was very young,
I just found out that my home is out there somewhere.
well, I always thought that I got a special power. I thought there was a total of 5 elements in the game, but I was mistaken. There's only 2. The 5th element you only get to use at the very end, on the very last second of the game, the very last gameplay, and you barely get to do anything with it.
You know how hot-headed he can be. You'll see him when you get back.
But yeah, it turns out that you don't, and I thought you actually got it after you powered up all of all of your powers to the max. But again, I was wrong.
Listen to your father's
So
preaching, Spyro. Just be yourself.
apparently, you only get it during the middle of the sequel, the second one, the Eternal Night, and you get it for almost the entirety of the third one. I think so.
So hard as it was, Spyro left the only family he
So speaking about the success of this game, as I said, it stirred quite a riot. A riot as in a good one within the media, a good revival of the old Spyro games. It dawned quite a good storyline and how he was born. This is why this was such a big hit, because no one knew the origins of Spyro, no one knew what happened, no one knew where it came from, and who or what he actually is, instead of just being a purple dragon. These games do explain it very, very well. So I'm not surprised that it actually got quite high marks for a remake, for a revival. Most of the revivals are rubbish. Well, I'm not saying they're total rubbish. I'm just saying that sometimes they're quite bad, and they make Spyro look a bit like a joke sometimes. I thought that A Hero's Tale, yeah, for the PS2, I thought that was a bit of a joke. It messed around with the characters a bit too much. It did too much crap to them. It modified them. It modified everything. But it was just too advanced. Too much detail in each character and too much depth. Each voice had you could hear just a tremble in the bass in it. It was just terrible. But all in all, I have to say it was a pretty fun game all in all, but it wasn't a great revival of Spyro. Neither is Skyward. No, not Skyward. Not Skyward Sword. Neither is what's it called? Skylanders. Skylanders isn't focused around Spyro like, well, of course it has Spyro, and that's the reason that Skylanders is probably such a big hit, because of the fact that it actually featured one of gaming's oldest mascots. But the way they put Spyro in there, and the way they changed him so much, it honestly makes me feel like well, I'm hoping that Insomniac are actually going to buy back the license. I've heard a rumor that they are, and
Me and the
I'm
old
just
man
hoping
worked
that it
back,
isn't
and
just
this
a
whole
rumor. I'm hoping that they're actually going to
thing,
plan to do
came
that.
up and we decided that best friends belong together, even if one of them is purple and does have some weight issues.
Weight issues, huh? Well, at least I've never been turned into a lantern.
Oh please, lantern schmantern. Let's see what's out there.
This is the kind of comedy that the game actually invokes on people. Some of it's quite cheesy and some of it's quite clever and all in all. And I should be using my fire more. But, as I said, this game does offer quite a good array of different types of laughter. One of the main gags of the game is the fact that Spyro, well, the Sparks has weight issues. Which is the running gag in the game. It's probably one of the only full running gags in the entire game. Horned out with enemies? Oh yeah, I forgot about that. Oh, I might die actually. Don't be surprised if I do, because as I said, this game is actually quite hard. You can only do a 3 combo hit, and if they hit you, it stops you in the middle of it and it stuns you a little bit, which of course makes you great for the picking. It's almost like saying, hit me. But all in all, it's just the combat method that this game invokes. It involves more of a well, front up in combat. I don't know what I was doing there. Try to hit this guy right here, but it evokes more of a up close and comfortable way into the game, instead of just offering quite a subtle way. But the fact is that it only has really one combat mechanic, which is really the up close version. But they execute this really, really well by giving you combos, powers, and stuff like that. I really want to go into great detail into this game due to the fact that I love Spyro so much. And as I said, this was a great revival of the originals, or the original Spyro. I would value this game as something I actually really, really love. I have nothing much more to talk about the combat mechanics in the game. Most of it's really, really well perfected and subtle, but some of the combat mechanics, well, as I said, the defensive part of the game offers more of a hit them as much as you can tactic, if you think about it. If you hit them as much as you can, you'll most likely not get hit. Also, focusing on multiple enemies can be good or either bad, depending on the situation. Like right here, if I focus on one enemy, I'm going to get hit by the other. So that means I need to focus on all 3 at the same time. Otherwise, I'm going to have a very big loss in the battle against these guys. As I said, I like to figure out strategies for games like this. My strategy for these guys is, of course, what you're seeing right now, is to train them around and make them follow me for a while. And when they get close enough, I torch them. But if I take one more hit, I'm dead. Okay, one of the worst things in the entire game is running out of, like I just did there. It's running out of energy. And that can be critical to your survival. Yeah, like that. Don't be surprised if I do die in this game. It is really, really... Whoa, glitching. Oh, no, it wasn't glitching. Oh, damn. But, I really think that this game, well, really becomes quite challenging. It's a huge. Well, if you're able to beat the game, it's still a very hard task to do. Especially for they're like people who are obviously good to play it. I mean, roughly people aged, I don't know, 7 to 16, I'd say. 7 to 16 are going to play this. For a 7-year-old, that would be quite hard, all in all. Alright guys, well I'm going to end part 1 here. It's been quite long. Please remember to comment and subscribe, especially for this new part of this new Let's Play. That I was really looking forward to, and I'm finally getting to do it. So as I said, please remember to comment, rate, and subscribe. It helps me out a lot. So yeah, see you guys later.